Never mind. Never mind. I wanted to check something. I wanted to check if Inagaki had a new outfit, because it's really weird to me that they've modeled his hair. They've modeled him without a helmet, obviously for his credits pose. I wondered like if that would give him like a second outfit, but clearly not. Oh wow, we're actually quite far in with the list. We're almost we're getting to the end, actually. You definitely feel slow. Other characters will be able to get like 6 upcuts there. He gets like 2. Yeah, he's slower. I like him rocking the Rocky 3 attire. That's pretty cool. What can I say about Murase other than absolutely fucking nothing? This man is in it purely to be beaten. This man is as jobber as they come. Murase is just there. Joe says, oh, he's got a big nose, so he's shit at defense. Danpei's like, damn, you're right. Well done, Joe. You're very smart. Here's a biscuit. Murase, if you take me like 50 minutes to beat, I will be very unhappy with you. I'll tell you a game that has really brutal animations. 2 games actually. One, Yakuza 1, and probably Yakuza 2 for the PS2, have amazing animations that are so weighty and like, oh, they hurt. They hurt, man. And X-Men Next Dimension has some incredible animations that are just so brutal. I love that game. I'm considering doing that as a series after doing Ashita no Joe, to be honest, because I love that game so much. And I've been watching loads of Sandalwood Grips, and oh, he is a favorite YouTuber of mine. He's just so chill and so low-key. I love listening to him. Alright, Nishi. I like your music, but you gotta go. It seems I can chain up because of Nishi a lot easier because of how big he is. That probably doesn't make a difference. I don't think characters have different hitboxes, hurtboxes. I was debating playing the Piglet game. It's been going around, Piglet's Big Game. I heard about it before, actually, as like someone mentioning like it was some kind of developers had to work on something else. They were working on something like really big, like an actual like big name game, and then had to like change it to Piglet's Big Game. And I was like, oh, I'll check that out. Never did. And obviously now it's become like a huge thing. Loads of YouTubers making videos on it and stuff. I was thinking of playing it, but then I'm like, that's so like low. That's so low effort. Oh, this is the new big trend. Let's just do that. Like, come on. I'm above that, to be honest. I mean, no shade to the people who are doing that. Like, honestly, you know, jump on the bandwagon if you want. I don't intend to do that. Like, my YouTube account is to try and get people to eventually, you know, look at my stories. But like, I'm not gonna, you know, be a cheeky bastard and be like, ooh, Piglet's Big Game. Wow, it's this. Plus, what will happen is that people will watch that video, and if it's good, which it won't be because it's me, they'll be like, wow, let's see what else he's done. And they'll realize, like, oh, I just do Ashita no Joe. And they'll be like, what is this? And then they'll just never watch me again. That's why I have no subscribers. But guess what? I do it because I enjoy doing this. I don't do this for fame. I mean, yeah, there is a little bit of, like, that involved, but, like, I know in my heart of hearts, my channel probably will never succeed. It'll probably never exceed like 10 subscribers. Like, the idea of getting 10 subs is like crazy to me. I'm living in the days of like 2008, where getting 10 subs was like, wow, what a crazy thing. Like, a term I've heard recently from drama is it feels lived in, as a way to be like, it feels like it's not just happening. It's not just like being regurgitated at us. It feels like, wow, you know, something's happening. With acting, it's the case of like with us, because the course is predominantly stage acting. It's like if you're on stage and you're just standing there like a lemon, just doing nothing but standing still, maybe waving your arms about a bit like it's GCSE drama. It sort of feels a bit like static and rigid and just a bit shit. It just feels a bit cringe watching it. But if you're like moving around, it can still feel cringe. Depends on what you do. But it helps to make it feel more like, yes, this is really happening. It just gives it more sauce. And it's nice. Same thing with writing as well. like building the world and stuff, world building. It's like, you know, it's nice. This bit in Joe where they meet the campers, like, whoa, you're Joe, that's so cool. And then they have a beer with these random guys and they get like drunk, or Dampe gets drunk, and Joe's carrying him back after he gets drunk. It's like, you know, it's nice. It's just like a nice, real, wholesome moment. Same with other stuff. The bit near the end where Joe's like, oh, I'm so stressed. I'm fighting Jose tomorrow, let's take a walk. And he meets Wolf and they go for a drink. It's like, it's moments like this that make me love the series. I just love stuff like that. It feels nice. It's just a good tip for writing. Relatable. And making characters relatable doesn't have to be a thing of like, oh, I'm depressed, he's depressed, I relate to this character. It can just be a thing of like, they like jalapenos, I like jalapenos too. Wow. And it can be something so simple as that. You know, it's like, if people can watch Dragon Ball and get like inspired by Goku to be like, I want to help people and be a good person because of Goku. It doesn't mean that people are going to be like, oh, I'm going to start flying around on the cloud and like, you know, throwing hands with terrorist organizations. That is true, he does do that. If you don't know about that part of Dragon Ball, go watch the original series. Stop watching Super, watch the original series. Come on. Come on, lads. Come on, lads and lasses. Let's watch original Dragon Ball, but we'll skip the Pilaf saga, because frankly, who gives a shit? But like, it's not about the ridiculous stuff. A similar thing is the whole argument of like, oh, video game violence causes real violence. Well, no, not really. I'm sure, yes, there are exceptions to that rule. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I grew up playing shit like fucking what? What were my first two? My first two Xbox 360 games. My first two 360 games were Ninja Gaiden 2 and Mortal Kombat. Do I want to run around like a ninja? Do I want to run like Sub-Zero, ripping people's skulls off? No. No, I don't. Sometimes I get really mad with people. I consider it, but I never do it. I'm working with some screenwriters from another course, and we were talking about like, you know, what YouTube videos we made when we were younger, and I made some crackers. I told them the story how basically, this is an amazing story, right? So I used to have a TV that was on like it was on like an arm on the wall, just like a swinging bracket basically. Super cool, very cool. But obviously there was nothing that I could put like, and the only thing I had to record with was a tablet, a Samsung tablet. So what I had to do is I had to get like a little arts and crafts table, position it. I stacked like 20 DVD cases onto it, like on top of each other. Got the tablet stand, put it in, recorded. So it was kind of recording the TV as I was speaking. The most incredible like magic that I managed to muster up. Really impressive, honestly, for like, you know, an 11-year-old. But there was that. I remember also doing like, kind of weird actually, how I made less cringy videos when I was 11 than when I was 12 in year 7. Like my videos from year 6 were like way less cringe actually. Year 7 really just, oh my god, high school really got to me. That turns me really, really cringe. And it's unreal. High school in general turned me incredibly cringe, actually. I slip into the cringe now and then, but like, high school will always be the worst. I tried to like, this is the most embarrassing, I shouldn't even be admitting this, but it's, honestly, it's so funny anyway. It's so comical. I made a video in like year 7, it was like a vlog. I think it was the only vlog I ever did. And it was to like it was to say like, and what even was the point of it? It was me just talking about my day at school. Very classic thing that you do when you're like, you know, a friendless child in year 7. And it was basically me trying to be like nice to this one form. Crazy. The anime bullshit logic I was powered by when I was in year 7, thinking like, oh, anime. Because I was one of those kids who grew up watching anime and thought like, wow, this is how people act. It'd be so cool if I acted like this. And then you go to high school and you're like, it hits you in the face just how pathetic you're being. Thinking like, oh, if the girls in each form used to do netball, I thought like it was my form versus another form, and it was like, oh, was it like that I fancied someone in the other form or something? I don't remember. It was something stupid, but I basically was trying to be like really cool and be like, yeah, I'm supporting the form that isn't my form. Look how badass I am. Like, no, you moron. And I did that in the vlog as well. Because I remember, because it was in the credits. It was like, good luck. And I named the form. Not the people, thank God, but the name of the form. And I used Pollyanna from Mother 1 as the credits theme. I think it was the NES version, not the actual vocal version. But, oh my god, the shit you do when you're in high school and you're trying to like be cool. I did something... I did something similar in primary school, actually. Trying to play like vigilante, like trying to play like Batman. So we had 2 classrooms when we were in year 5-6, which for anyone outside the UK, I would say the England, the UK. Year 5-6 is like 10 to 11. Year 5 is like what, 9 to 10, and 10 to 11. It's like that age. And we had the year 5s and 6s when I was there. They shared a cloakroom, but not really. It was like the rooms, or the room I was in, because it was like each kind of. It was almost like a form we had where we'd be put into like a classroom, and it was kind of a form in a way, like a form group, which is what you have in like high school and to a lesser extent college, or at least we did. And in the classroom leading out to the playground was this really tiny, horrible cloakroom that had these really large, horrible, like, rectangular pegs that, like, they weren't sharp, but if you banged your head on one, like, if you fell onto one of them, that shit would, like, probably kill you. They were huge and lethal and terrifying. So it was either this tiny cloakroom for, like, 12 lads to go in and get their shit. Also, you have to leave through this cloakroom to get out to the playground, like when you go, outside to play or to go home. And that's what the boys had at the start, I think. Yeah, the boys had that. And the girls from both of our classes, because there was 2 year 5 and 6 classes. So the lads would have the small cloakrooms, and the girls would have this bigger shared one, and that swapped around. And they said a thing like, if the lads' cloakroom or the new boys' cloakroom gets really messy, then we're going to swap it back. And I remember going up to the girls in my class being like, hey, like, fucking, like, superhero, this cloakroom sucks. If you want, I can go and mess it up a bit. I can mess up the boys' cloakroom so you can get it back. And it's like the cringy shit that you'd say because you think like, oh, that's so cool, that's so freaking epic, dude. But like, it's so dumb. It's such a dumb thing. For what? What is Murase's pose? That is the worst. 4